Money Room podcast. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm Lem, and my real estate investing strategy is mobile home investing, and I've been in the game for about 4 years now.
I'm Molly. My primary real estate strategy is wholesaling real estate. I've been full-time for the past 4 to 5 years.
What's going on? This is your boy Ant. My primary real estate investment strategy is the BRRRR method. Been tapped in, investing, buying those 5 years.
This is an educational real estate investing platform where we're going to share with the world our years of experience, knowledge, and research of us closing a bunch of deals, making a lot of money where we've been successful in various real estate investing strategies. With the purpose of this podcast is so for others to learn from us and be just as successful or more successful than us with real estate investing.
Yeah, that's a fact. So on today's episode, I guess we're going to get into, what people often ask us, right?
Right.
How much money we need or how we get started.
For sure.
So
That's a fact.
Molly, you going, I guess, kind of run that down for us?
And hold on, that's important. How much money you need to start is just as important as the money that we making, right? Because you got to spend money to make money.
Yeah, that's
right?
a fact.
For sure.
Nah, I'm going to start it off. So I'm going to actually give them two different options. You feel me?
Right.
I'm going to give them a free option, and then I'm going to give, if you got a couple dollars.
All right.
But before that, wholesaling real estate, that's me finding a motivated, seller that's willing to sell their property at a discounted price.
Right.
I'm then going to find, an end buyer that's willing to pay a little bit more. You feel me? So, say I find that motivated, distressed seller, I get them down to $100,000. I then find somebody like you,
Right.
that's willing to pay $120,000, and I'm gonna make that, that $20K spread in between.
Got you.
You feel me? So, option one, that's the free option. If you don't got no paper, no bread, it's called agent outreach. So within this method, you're gonna be using Zillow,
Right.
Redfin, Realtor.com, all free websites.
MLS.
Yeah,
pretty much.
basically. You feel me? I didn't want to say that, but yeah, basically free websites. My bread and butter with these, I was 30 days to 60 days on market was like my bread and butter. And what I'm doing with these is,
Why are you waiting for 30 to 60 days?
so with sellers, right? If they want to reach out to an agent, sometimes you got to let the market tell them what your house is worth. You feel me? So that's why I say with this method, don't worry about what the house is listed for. So say if it's listed for $150,000, don't worry about that. You feel me? But I'm going to get more into that. So
Right.
30 to 60 days, the market kind of told that homeowner that they're not getting this price, right?
Right.
So what I'm doing is, say I find a property, 123 Main Street, it fits that criteria, 30 to 60 days, right? On
Right.
market. What I'm doing is I'm seeing what cash buyers are buying for in that area, right? So say if it's a buyer that buy for $90,000 to $100,000,
Right.
the house listed for $150, I'm not gonna offer $150. I'm gonna offer $60,000, $70,000 to that agent. You feel me?
Right.
What I tell with this method, you want to be making 5 offers a day. That's consistently 7 days a week, 5 offers a day. You keep it at that formula where I'm seeing what cash buyers is buying for, 80, 90,000. I'm offering 65, 70.
I
So
got
you
a
can't
quick,
be scared to shoot.
Nah, that's the
You
whole
gotta shoot
point.
your
and I
shot.
got a quick question too. Like when you say you putting together offers, you doing like formal offers or you just sending emails out with terms?
So that's a great question. So with me, I'm calling these agents, right? 9 times out of 10, it's on the phone. It's a verbal offer. But what I also like to do too is if I feel like the agent is, they kind of like, all right, this boy really a cash buyer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type up an email and I'm gonna get proof of funds. So 123 Main Street, I see that Ant buying that neighborhood for 90 to 100,000. There's Jamal with DI Solutions. I'm coming in at $70,000 cash, closing 30 days or less. Here are my proof of funds. And these my terms. You feel me? I just want to get access to the property, a little inspection period for informational purposes only. And that's kind of how I'm flowing with that.
So I got another follow-up question for the audience, I guess. What's proof of funds? I mean,
So-
that's the term we
Right.
obviously used to, but
Right. So proof of funds, that's just like the money in your account, or you can hit up something called a hard money lender, which I know you probably get into a little bit more.
right.
That it give you basically saying that you can purchase that property.
Right.
You got the funds to do so, whether it's borrowed funds from a hard money lender or your mom got a bunch of money, she's gonna be your private lender. Let her be your private lender, but it needs to be a bank statement or like a formal document from a company saying, you feel me?
Yeah, that's
They're
facts.
gonna do that. Also with my strategy, right? I like the 30 to 60 days, but then you want to look at properties that been on the market fresh off 1 to 5 days. if that agent didn't post pictures, that means it's a distressed property, bro. You feel me? So it's a reason why that agent
that's a good
didn't
game right there.
push, you know what I mean, put photos online. So it's a reason. So I'm offering, bro, 50%, 60% of the list price. I don't care. 5 offers a day for 30 days, bro. I guarantee you're going to get a deal.
So what's your follow-up on those deals? Like, you following back, you circling back the next week, 30 days later? Like, what's follow-up look like?
Every 3 to 5 days. So agents, if you lowballing, they be in a bag sometimes, but every 3 to 5 days a week, I'm putting it into like an Excel sheet or something, whatever your CRM is, I'm following back up with that lead within a week. And that's kind of how I do my agent outreach. So like with agent outreach, I did it like 2 years ago. I did about $150 just with agent outreach. The other method requires a couple more dollars. So I would say $2,500 to $5K is a good budget if you got a couple dollars. You know, start off agent outreach, but I also want you to do this method if you do have some capital built up. You want to get a couple systems.
Hold on. So what's that 2,500 to 5,000 for?
So that's going to be your marketing budget.
Okay.
So I'm going to get into that. So you're going to use it for marketing, your systems, how you're going to reach them, all of that. So you're going to get systems, right? Your first system is going to be prop stream or batch leads.
Right.
$100 a month, either one. You can get one or the other. You get both of them. I like them both. Within these systems, you're going to do something. You want to pull a list of potentially motivated sellers or distressed homeowners. My favorite list is absentee owners, high equity, or tired landlords. So I don't know how they get their data, but bro, tired landlords, that's my bread and butter, bro. I hit them up. 9 times out of 10, it's a tenant that's not paying. You feel me? So
they went out the game.
They went out the game, bro. It might be, bro, especially they be older people too, bro, like 50,
Yeah,
60.
I mean, a big part of it
Yeah,
is people that's
bro.
looking to retire. Another,
sure.
I mean, for me too, I guess we'll let you get back into that. Another, I guess, good pool for buyers, sellers, is people that, estates, right? Like whether it's like a family member that's passed, people going through divorces.
Bro, that's so
crazy.
So look, after I get those lists, right? And what I also want you to do is driving for dollars, as we touched on before.
Yeah, first episode.
That's going to be your niche list.
Right.
You feel me? So every week, I was writing down 100 addresses a week. So at the end of the month, you should have 400 addresses. So you're going to pull a list from PropStream, Batch. You also going to have a niche list of 400. You know, that's niche. That means they might not even be on a list. So that's where you get a lot of deals from. After that, you're going to upload those and skip trace them. What I use for skip tracing is batch skip tracing or Titan skip. And with skip tracing, that's going to find the seller's information as far as they where they living at now, their phone number. So I'll give a cousin number, you feel me, a relative, an email. Once I get that data, you're going to insert it in something called a dialer, right?
Right.
So with skip tracing, that's going to cost you about 8 to 10 cents per record.
Okay.
So you pull a list of 10,000 records, it's going to cost you about 8 to 10 cents per record, right? After you skip trace that, you're going to get a dialer, right? I use a Mojo dialer, Batch got a dialer. They all about $1.50 a month, right? So, and I only use triple dollars, right? So what a triple dollar allow you to do is allow you to call 3 numbers at one time.
Okay.
You feel me? Because if you just calling one number at one time, it's time consuming. So you upload that list into a dialer, you call them, bro.
So that's the conveniency of using a dollar that you don't gotta just.
bro.
Does it call a number for you and you don't have to like type it in?
Yeah. So that's the whole point. So after you skip trace, it's going to be a bunch of numbers connected to that homeowner, and you upload it into the dollar and you dialing away, bro.
So your cold calling is more efficient now.
100%, bro.
Okay,
so
that's worth it.
With that method, bro, you should be getting at least a deal or two a month, and that $5,000 should last you at least 3 months of marketing.
I got you. So in short, I guess my question to you is like, what do you recommend? Do you recommend people starting the freeway and then taking that cash and reinvesting it, and now using the way that requires money to get started? Or do you how do you think people should enter into your space?
So I would do both. I would do both if you can.
Okay.
So if you don't have no money, bro, no bread, you got a bunch of time, agent outreach. It's the best method for you to get traction. And with agent outreach, the goal of that is to build relationships, right? So say you do a deal or two with an agent, bro, I get deals, and I don't do agent outreach, but bro, 5 deals to 10 deals a year is guaranteed from deals that I done done with agents that's reaching out to me from, they made some easy money. They got pocket listeners that they not gonna list on the MLS. I built that relationship up. Jamal, what you think about this deal? I don't want to list it because boop, boop, boop. You mean easy deal, bro?
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, in the real estate space, people tend to want to do deals with people that are easy to work with. It's
Bro,
like anything
Absolutely.
else.
And you know what you're doing.
If you know this person has a reputation for, closing when they
Mhm.
say they're going to close and it's a fairly smooth transaction, it's going to generate deals for you.
Bro,
That's
it's
important.
easy paper, bro. So agent outreach and then that method where I'm using a dialer, pulling a list. I would try to use both if you can. You're gonna get deals either way. But bro, that's
Okay,
what,
so with wholesaling real estate, Molly just gave us a way for $0, nothing in your pocket.
nothing, bro.
You in the game making
Right.
money, and then also you got a little change, $2,500 to $5,000. You can execute and make some money, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
So, Ant, what's up?
Talk to
the
me,
Bird
bro.
method, bro.
Talk to me.
What's up? How much we need to get started in the game?
All right, so real quick for the audience, slight recap of the BRRRR method. BRRRR method generally consists of buy, right? That's the B. That's purchasing a property.
Mhm.
First R is rehab or renovation. Second to be rent, followed by refinance, and then the last one to be repeat, right? Which is self-explanatory. So in regards to how much money we're gonna need for the BRRRR method, right, to execute it from A to Z, I think, first for the audience, we gotta separate the two. So I'll recap, I guess, what you need for acquisition or purchase or buy
Mhm.
in the BRRRR model, and then we'll tap into the rehab side, right? So I'm a guy that tries to explain things as simple as possible. I like to use round numbers. So I guess my rule of thumb would be in regards to acquisition, when budgeting for that, I would say have roughly 10% of your ARV or your after repair value, right? When you're running your comps, analyzing your deal, let's say you come across a deal, your ARV conservatively, right? You always want to take a conservative ARV. It's 300K, 10% of that is 30,000.
Okay.
I would say that's what you should have,
Like tucked away. That's
ready to invest
Gotcha.
to execute the deal.
So with that 30,000, do you have to have that straight in your bank account? You got to have that cash, or is there other ways that you can get funding that to help you with that 30,000? Because a lot of people don't have 30,000 sitting in their pocket, but they do want to start investing with the BRRRR method.
So the short answer to your question is no. You don't need to have the 30,000 in your
Okay.
account.
Mhm.
You just need to have access to 30,000,
Okay,
right? So
okay.
that could be 30,000 in the IRA, that could be 30,000 401k, that could be 30,000 in your savings. Maybe your mom's got 30K, maybe your girl got 30K.
Private money. Private
Okay.
money.
Yeah.
You use all of that?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, even if you do have the cash, right, in real estate, at some point, cash is going to run out, right? So
Mhm.
for me personally, I got into private money a little bit when I got towards maybe deal 5 or 6,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. But initially, I was kind of using some bread that I
Right,
kind of
right,
had
right.
stashed away. But
Okay.
to answer your question, yeah, I kind of utilized all the methods or all the cash or all the different resources that we mentioned.
Okay.
So yeah, to answer your initial question, 10% of your ARV.
Okay.
Now on the renovation side,
Mhm.
typically speaking, right, like if you're borrowing from like a hard money lender, typically speaking, they're gonna give you 100% of your renovation costs.
They give it to you like straight out, like
Nah, so they typically give it to you what's known as draws, right? You usually, when managing your rehabs, you want to usually make your draws as even as possible. So as an example, let's say you have a $30,000 renovation budget, right? Ideally, you want to have 3 $10,000 draws,
okay.
right?
Okay.
But what isn't talked about or what isn't mentioned is the fact that you got to do what's called future rehab. So your contractor, right, isn't gonna walk into that property and start walking without a deposit. So
Mm.
you're gonna need some liquid or some cash or credit
Okay.
to be able to give that contractor some funds to get started, whether it's 5 or 10,000 to get started. And as that work is completed in the property, generally speaking, what's gonna happen is your lenders, are gonna come out. They'll inspect and verify that that work was completed, that you notify
Okay.
them it has been completed. So whether it's your demo or whether it's the installation of floors or cabinets, etc. Once you let them know that's done, they'll come out, verify a check, and they'll then give you the money back to reimburse you.
So that's the draw aspect of it, though. So
Correct.
once it got to be done first, then you shoot them pictures, they come look at it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, everybody has a little bit different method.
Mhm.
I've done with some lenders that have like software where you can kind of like you'll type it in initially what you need to be done, and then you could kind of go in and like check it off like a checklist.
It's fire.
And then they'll have somebody out. Some pictures, right, require pictures, which is a little bit easier, expedited, and gets you the money much faster. But every lender has different systems in regards to that.
Okay.
Fire, bro.
So
Fire.
to recap, you said that if the ARV of a property is $300,000, right? So you need 10% of that for the down payment, right?
Conservative,
So
yeah, that would be my
conservatively,
recommendation.
okay,
Yeah.
which is 30,000, and then let's say a rehab is 30,000 for the rehab. So then you would need 10,000 to start up with that.
Yeah, I mean, all the numbers we give in conservative, right? Like
Okay,
you could
okay.
obviously operate with less, 5,000.
Right.
I guess another note to the audience too is you always want to have what's called a contingency budget with your renovations, because I mean, this real estate shit do happen, right?
Right.
Roofs, electric, plumbing, right? So having another, 10%, I would say, of your renovation budget, having access to that cash, that's the big thing. At least my big takeaway. In regards to like, I guess what I'm educating the audience, right? It's not more or less about having the cash; it's about having access to the money.
Okay.
To the
So
cash.
with 40,000 conservatively, you
Right.
can get a property that's going to be worth $300,000.
Correct.
And that 40,000, you don't have to have that right there in your pocket. There's ways to get that 40,000, which we're going to discuss on
Right.
another episode
And
as well.
I guess my final thing is if you execute the BRRRR model, right, like 100% or perfectly, you should be able to recoup that whole
You're getting the 40
$40,000
back.
That's
That's
the whole point of
purpose.
it,
Yeah.
right?
So,
you get
so
that
that's
40
crazy.
back.
So that 140 that you got, however you got that 40,000, you're recycling that to make millions of dollars.
Right, and that's how.
Crazy.
That's ultimately how.
No, that is.
Yeah, that's
That's
ultimately
crazy.
how like it'll help you like scale and ultimately build
Right.
the long term wealth.
So with generational wealth, years down the line, these generations, they have millions of dollars in equity from these properties. It all started from $40,000 that
Potentially,
great grandfather
yeah.
had.
If it go the right way, yeah.
That's crazy. It need to go the right way. You passing the game down, right?
Nah, that's fire, bro. So look, bro, I didn't got DMs X about whole mobile home investment.
Yeah, everybody want to know what Lim do,
so,
right?
So they always ask, bro, how much money they be asking me like how much money Lim had to start. Like, bro, I don't know.
Ask Lim.
All right, so
I count his pocket.
exactly. So with mobile home investing, the one of the most appealing factors is the low amount of money that you need to start with mobile home investing.
Right.
So with mobile home investing, you can start with about $5,000 to $10,000 in your pocket, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. So mobile homes, they're designed to be affordable housing, period, right? They're mass produced in a factory using the least expensive material. So that just explains it itself. Like they're meant to be affordable, right? So with them being meant to be affordable, that means that your rehabs are also a lower cost as well, right? So with your rehabs, people live in mobile homes because they're affordable, not because they're luxury. So with your rehabs, you're using the least expensive materials and you're also fixing them up the most efficient way possible, the cheapest way, right? You want to spend the least money to get the biggest return with mobile home investing. Secondly, what you both said, we're looking for motivated sellers, right?
Right.
We're only buying from people that's motivated, and motivated sellers are people that need to sell their home fast, so they're willing to sell us their home for a lower price, right? So we're not paying the high for these properties. And lastly, a lot of people don't know how much their mobile home is worth when they're selling it, right?
Why is that though?
One, mobile homes come with a manufactured year. And the older that the home gets, the more that the home depreciates.
Similar to a car.
Right. So that just throws a curveball in the value right there. Also, most mobile homes are sold on cash hand-in-hand transactions. So since they're sold on cash hand-in-hand transactions, there's no record of what people are buying mobile homes for in your area. Exactly. So there's no data that you can look up online and say, hey, my home is worth this amount right there, right? So me, as an investor, I'm an expert in my market. So I know that if I see a home, what it can sell for, so I know what I need to buy it at to make a profit.
Right.
So boom. I know you kind of explained it, but like, what's that dollar amount?
Yeah, what's your
If I
entry
was
point?
gonna go buy a
About
crib-
$5,000 to $10,000.
Okay. And
About
that's
about
for fixing all that. Like,
yep, about $5,000 to $10,000. That's all you need. Now,
And that's cash? Or
so yes, it's cash, but
Mm.
funding is beneficial as well, right?
Right.
So if with mobile home investing, if you don't have enough money saved up for 3 to 4 deals, I definitely recommend you have some access to funding, because what you don't want to happen is you do all the work, you're doing the marketing, and now you got deals coming through, and you purchase a deal, and you're in that deal $5,000 to $10,000, right?
Right.
You're in that deal $5,000 to $10,000, and now you come across come across 1 or 2 great deals, but now you can't capitalize on that deal because all your money is tied up in the deals that you have right now, right?
Bro, everything's similar, bro.
Exactly.
That's the same, bro. It's just like if I don't got no capital in the market,
Exactly.
business is
Exactly. So now you got deals coming through, and all your money's tied up in this deal right here, right? So boom, once you sell that deal that you're working on right now, those other opportunities then came and went. They're not available no more.
Right.
So you missed out on money. So that's where funding comes into play. Now, with mobile home investing, a great source of funding is private money. Private money is basically an individual lending you money. That individual can be a family member, a friend, or just someone looking to invest, right? Yo, there's a lot of people that have money just sitting in their bank account and they want to invest, but they don't know how, right? So that's where we come in as an investor. As investors, we have the skill set to make people money, right?
And
So
make ourselves some money.
and make ourselves some money, right?
Yeah.
So now, since I know what to do with the money to invest it, I give other people the opportunity to invest with me.
Nah,
right?
That makes sense, bro.
Exactly.
That
So,
makes sense.
For example, someone may give me $3,000, right? They give me $3,000. Once the property in 1 or 2 months, once the property is sold, I give them their $3,000 back plus another $1,000 out of the profit I made, right?
30% return.
Yeah.
Right,
Nice,
right,
bro.
right.
Easy.
But they gave me $3,000. I give them $4,000 back, right? Extra $1,000. Now they're happy, right? They just made $1,000 for doing absolutely nothing, right? And now I'm happy because they just gave me $3,000 that I didn't have to put up out of my own pocket, right? So it's a win-win for everybody.
Now, even going like with the funding stuff, I know like credit cards is heavy. Like with my stuff, I don't suggest getting credit cards from the rip. I want you to make some paper. Like I want you to make 3 deals before you start putting your marketing budget on a credit card. That's just what I suggest. You feel me?
Right.
But
and me, granted, with private money, a lot of people, if they don't trust that you know what you're doing, they're not gonna want to lend you no money. But trust me, once people know that you know what you're doing and you can make the money, you're gonna have people lined up throwing their money at you, ready for you to flip it.
And I mean, even I guess a caveat to that. That too is the fact that I know we talk about how many lenders and getting money from them, right? And it definitely is a thing. But I think people should also keep in mind when you a newbie in the game and you getting fresh in the game in regards to investing, you typically going to pay higher rates. To your point, right? Pay in regards to the interest that you got to pay them. But as your portfolio grows and as you get more efficient and being able, getting efficient at being able to turn the money over faster, because that ultimately that's what they want, right? You'll see more favorable terms. And I guess that's kind of the next segue into the next segment or next question rather for the audience is I guess what would y'all do differently in regards to funding?
I'll start it off. So me, basically, what I just said, and I would definitely look for private money upfront at first, because when I first started, I was using my own money,
right?
And I was doing 1 deal at a time. I'm doing 1 deal at a time. So I buy a deal, fix it up, flip it. Once the check clear, boom. Now I gotta wait, and now I'm looking marketing. Now I gotta buy another house. But once I got nice with my marketing, I had 3, 4, 5 deals right there for me to buy at the same time, and I'm like, wait, I can only buy this one because I got the money. And then that's when I started looking into other other sources of funding, especially private money. You could always get money from a bank and pay that monthly as well, but definitely off the jump, I definitely would be looking for other sources of funding, just because I know that myself, I missed out on a lot. I missed out on a bunch of deals just because I didn't have the money.
I mean, they typically stay in real estate. Find a deal, you can find the money.
Nah, that's a
the
fact.
hardest part is find a deal.
Yes, money is the easiest part to find in real estate. That's the easiest part. If it makes sense, to make money.
Nah, so if it was for me, bro, in an aspect of funding, just money in general, mine's would be to reinvest from the rip, bro. So my biggest mistake was like I close a deal and I'm not reinvesting automatically back into my marketing. Like, so if I make 10K, I'm gonna go do something stupid with it.
Yeah,
You feel me?
buying a Mary.
Buying a Marty,
Marty. Okay.
The biggest thing, soon as you get a couple dollars, bro, you make a couple transactions, reinvest automatically, bro, back into your marketing, because marketing funds your real estate business. You feel me? So every check I get now, I reinvest a certain amount to my marketing, to my regular everyday life, my expenses, but you gotta reinvest into your business. And like that's important. That's probably the major thing I learned within running a business.
Now I got you. I think for me, right, because obviously, I still work regular 9 to 5, right? So me reinvesting was never an issue. Every dollar I was making, whether it was rent or whatever, I was taking that, putting back into deals, for down payments, etc. I think for me, my big lesson would probably be just having more in reserves, right? Because I'm holding the assets. Things happen.
What's reserves though?
Reserves is more or less either cash, right? Well, cash. Reserves are cash, right? I guess some assets, it could be like assets to it, but more or less it's cash or money that you set aside to have for property just in case something happens.
For a rainy day.
Okay. Roofs. Yeah, it's your rainy day money. Whether it's a roof, a water heater, a toilet. I kind of experienced it all. I feel like on the rental
if you
side.
run out of money, you could run out the game.
Right.
So
for real. It's over. Like for real. What I used to think was a lot of money, now with real estate investing is not a lot of money. Because in 1 month, it's gone in a second.
Yeah.
For real.
That, bro.
All right, bro.
Nah, definitely. So that was definitely some great information today.
Yeah.
From me. Appreciate
I think I probably dropped the most gems this episode.
I don't know if
debatable.
The most gems, bro.
I don't know.
Competition for gems. I hear you though.
Yeah,
I think I dropped the
man.
most gems.
So Lem, what you think? Tell the people where they could find, some more education.
All right, so before I tell you where you could find us, if you're looking for more detailed information on real estate investing, we have a course called the Money Room Real Estate Investing Blueprint, and it gives you step-by-step guidance on real estate investing through mobile home investing, the BRRRR method, and wholesaling real estate. And you'll have all the information you need to be a successful investor. So definitely tap into that when you're ready. The link is in our bio. Our podcast, you can find us at YouTube at The Money Room Pod, and on Instagram at The Money Room Pod. Like, comment, subscribe. Personally, me, you can find me at Young Lem on Instagram.
I'm Molly 5.
I'm at Live a Good Ant. Any questions? Any insight you may need, hit up the pod like Lem said. Shoot us your questions. And thanks for tuning in.
I appreciate y'all for tapping in.